Okay. Let's see. Is everything picking up still? Yeah. Alrighty. Well, welcome back. So I got 3 lines or 3 routes figured out so far. Oh no, 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think what we're gonna do today is try to get through chapter 3 on all of these. I think I got a little bit into this last time, but we'll just
You're on a path in the woods.
Start over from here.
And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu. Wait, hasn't this happened already? No. Okay, no. But I died. How? What am I doing here? She's going to kill me again. But I've already slew the princess. I'm sure. Pretty sure that's what I went with last time. So we're gonna
Again?
with that one.
People don't die twice. You haven't even met the princess, and I hardly think she'd be capable of killing someone as skilled and courageous as yourself. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Maybe.
This whole thing's a crock of shit. She's just going to pull
Crock of
shit and
shit.
stab us again. Stabbed to death? Well, you won't have to worry about that. The princess is unarmed. Yeah, that's exactly what you told us last time. When we asked you if you were sure she didn't have a weapon on her, you said you were positive she didn't.
Yeah. So we've been through this already.
But it turns out she did, because when we charged her, she started stabbing us to death. Calm down.
So I'm gonna see if I can just get us back to where we were.
So there's no reason to fear her. You were made for this job. You'll do just fine.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth, that all this really did happen already. Why should I listen to you? Why should I be bothered to do anything?
Those are 2 very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me.
Okay.
You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. We did exactly what you said. Sounds to me like you probably had some kind of elaborate nightmare. In which hallucinations, you've been given a chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We stabbed the princess stabbed us, and now everyone's right back to where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
I mean...
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left?
Who knows?
Screw this. Who cares what happened to everyone else? She's not going to play fair, so we should do what we can to save ourselves and just get out of here. At least you know not to trust her, but you do realize that everything and everyone includes you, right? If you turn around and leave, you're dooming yourself as well as everyone else. She just caught us by surprise last time. She can't do that twice. So long as we're careful, we can win this. That's the spirit. Just keep that stiff upper lip, and you'll save the world in no time at all.
Let's talk about this princess. We killed each other last time around. All she did last time was stab me to death. We locked her in the basement.
In that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
If people locked her away, then why couldn't they slay her? Why is this falling on me?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're
You're
special.
special.
You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a
The
prophecy,
prophecy.
if that helps. But it's just the way things are. Oh, I didn't know we were special.
Special. It's always a prophecy, always special.
Of course you're special. Why else would you be here? If anyone's special here, it's her. That was a nasty trick she pulled on us.
I mean, all she did is pull out a knife, dude. You're being cagey. What aren't you telling
I
me?
told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult. You didn't tell us about her knife last time, though. That's because she's unarmed. And more than that, it's because there wasn't a last time.
I gotta make sure that doesn't happen this time.
It was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world.
Save the world.
Oh, and don't get stabbed while you're at it.
Yeah. How come someone like her in the world?
But she's still only a princess. You're fully up to the task you've been given, so long as you remember that.
Alright, that's all.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Proceed to the cabin. Eventually I'm gonna have to hit turn around.
Before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her.
Don't believe a word she says.
He couldn't be more on the money. But we're really doing this, aren't we? I'd say you're lost, but I'm stuck here with you. We know what to look out for this time. We know to be careful. Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
Forward much.
The interior of the cabin is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Mm-hmm.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Right. Let's talk about the mirror on the wall. Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Yeah, clean that wall.
Reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago. Now it's gone. Yet another thing in here playing tricks on us. I hate this place. Very.
This whole cabin is different than last time.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. A lot's riding on this.
So, the last time we went down here, and the last stream I did, I don't think I took the knife with me, and I just irritated her long enough to where she decided to kill me. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it this time.
From the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. It feels a bit better to have a weapon in our hands. Let's make her hurt for what she's done to us.
And see what happens now that we get a weapon with us this time.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs. The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall. The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. And you can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
I'm hoping the audio's been picked up this time. Last time,
Right? Scraping. I told you she has something. I told you.
when I exported the Twitch VOD, you could barely hear anything. So, hopefully, whenever I export it and start working on it for the next YouTube upload, swear I can speak. Everybody should be able to hear it.
Anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get out of your head. Her grating voice carries up the stairs.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
Forever.
There is something so wrong with that voice. Yeah, she thinks she's better than us, like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room. I wonder if she remembers us.
Finally, somebody! Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but she can't hide that threatening edge to her voice. She just wants us to get close, to let our guard down. If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here. You are armed, after all.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
Right. I know you have a knife.
What are you talking about? I don't have a knife. Where would I keep a knife?
Clenched in your butt cheeks.
And why would I stab you to death? I don't know you. You haven't given me a reason to stab you to death. It would be so silly of me to cut you open and look at your insides.
I could
Yeah.
have sworn we didn't mention stabbing anyone to death.
Right.
Sounds like she's really out for blood. Fortunately for you, she isn't armed.
That's a lie. Prove it in.
It would be so much easier to prove that I do have a sharp object. I could just show it to you, but I don't have one, so I can't.
So I like the fact that she has little sweat markings on her face when she's talking.
The princess smiles as she pulls her hands from behind her back.
But look at this! Hands! Hands that don't have anything in them to stab you with!
Her smile stretches into an even wider grin as she shakes her sleeves.
And empty sleeves, too! Look at how few stabbing implements I have. It's practically zero.
Practically. Let's see. We killed each other last time. I'd rather not do it
Kill each
again.
other, then why are we here? Right now. Both of us normal and unstabbed.
I do have to hand it to her, that's a very good question. And it's one with a simple answer. You haven't slain her yet. So how about you get moving? There you go again, talking up delusions about a past life experience that clearly didn't happen. Ugh, it's like the two of you are working together on this. Aren't you listening to her? She's obviously lying through her teeth. I'm terrible at spotting lies, and even I can tell something's up here. We can't be the only ones that looped back to the start. Someone else has to remember.
Let's go ahead and save here.
Yes, something is obviously up, and we can all tell that she's lying. The thing she's lying about is how dangerous she is, not dimension hopping or time travel or whatever it is you think you're doing.
Jeez, there's so many. All right, I want to try these two, and then we'll go down different other options. I want to start with Slay the Princess. Screw it.
Princess
Yacha!
falls silent. Okay, she hasn't pulled out a knife yet, and her hands are still behind her back. I think we can do this. I think we can win. We just have to strike now, but make sure you keep your eyes on those hands. I don't trust her for a second. But your focus is broken by the horrible sound of metal slicing through meat. Whose meat? Not ours, right?
No, it's ours. She stabbed you in the gut.
Hers, at first. Then yours.
Hee.
Don't hee me.
Ow! What did she even hit us with? You stare down at your chest and at the long, thin blade she impaled you with. And then the red, angry slit along the flesh of her thigh, where the blade had been nestled just a moment ago. It's still lodged in her leg, emerging from her knee, hinging up and out of her body like some extra metallic limb.
Alright, see, that's pretty cool, because the last time we did it, it came out of her arm, and she cut off her other arm to get to us.
Bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
Absolute bullshit. Just the biggest bullshit.
You're going to die now.
Well, no shit. You stabbed me in the gut.
With a twist of her knee and a painful squelch, she does just that.
How do you twist your knee?
And you die.
Okay. The arm races.
You're on a path in the woods. No, fuck that. If we're gonna have to keep doing this over and over and over again, we're not starting in that goddamn woods every time. We're starting in the fucking cabin.
Hold on. Alright. So I went a little bit further last time. I got No Way Out as chapter 3. So we're gonna... Oh, I can't remember what it was called. Oh, my brain is spacing hard. We'll just do that. And I'll hit it with question marks. There. And we'll just follow down this path and then go back to the No Way Out, chapter 3.
Your what? The interior of the cabin is sharp, a constricting mess of curved and battered sheet metal pushing you towards... Wait, excuse me? What just happened? What did you just do?
I jumped forward because I don't need you anymore, narrator. You're in the backseat now. It's me. I control it all. This is my world, my game, my save. I'm too tired to play this.
I feel dizzy.
Woo! Dizzy.
Oh, I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I? Isn't that interesting? Who holds the cards now?
We do.
Smaller and smaller. Running isn't an option anymore. Good. It's better that way.
Ooh, the voice of the stubborn.
And if no one can win, then nothing has any meaning. Great. So obviously you've already been here. How many times? This is our third?
Yep. Number 3.
No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realize that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is damned to destruction, right?
Who knew?
Can't be right, that's too much responsibility. Nah, impossibly high stakes make the fight so much better. Let's just stay focused, shall we?
Thank you. This sounds like the Resident Evil merchant guy. Hello, stranger. Thank you. I'll buy it at a high price.
The only furniture
Jesus.
left is a bent metal table, a pristine blade perched. We take it.
Yep, we take it.
Okay, sure. You take
I'm liking the
before I
cheated.
finish telling you it's there. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
We can see it.
This feels right. We just have to keep our senses sharp.
Voice of the hunted. Okay.
That's right. We've got to be able to win eventually. We will win eventually. Hell, we might even win now.
Every time I hear it, it just sounds like the merchant guy for Resident Evil 4.
That's a fighting spirit I like to see. You could all learn a thing or two from this one. I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down there?
Kick the mirror in.
You walk through the door. You do know what doors are, right?
There's no door.
There isn't a door, it's just that mirror again. There isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see reality anymore.
I can feel the air coming up from behind it, stinking of iron and steel. He might be right. Could be a trick. If our other senses can't feel it, then we can't trust it.
If it's in our way, let's just break it and move on.
Approach the mirror.
You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You really must think you're looking at a mirror. Well, it doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open it. Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care about getting to the end of this mess.
Wipe it clean.
Reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. It creaks open. And the mirror's gone. How surprising.
It was never there. Just an illusion.
A figment of your imagination.
Let's just get to the princess already. I didn't care about the mirror before, and I care about it even less now.
Agreed. Let's go.
Again. Just stay focused and you'll be fine. You step forward, but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth and flat and metallic, an unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom.
Alright. Anyway, save. I think we're just gonna follow this route to the end. And then go back to this one and see what's up. Yeah. I don't know if there's anything else I could do, because I know irritating her until she gets tired of it leads to this right here, the no way out ending, which is right here. So I don't know if there's anything else I could do. So I'll probably just do these two, and then we'll jump over to, yeah, the prisoner line. Yeah, we'll do it again. Return. Okay, she smiles at you.
Hi. It looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore.
Please don't. Don't waste my time.
But don't worry about how bad you did last time. That's part of the fun.
She's got another thing coming if she thinks we're going down easy again.
Yeah. I gotta stop that. I gotta stop that. Every time I hear it.
Pride makes us dead. The only thing that matters is survival.
I like this one. This one's smart. I like the hunted than cheated.
Actually, does survival matter? We've died twice and nothing bad has come of it. We just need to find a way to win once. Nothing bad has come of it yet. Plenty bad has come of it. You've left at least one entire world to ruin. The people there mattered. The past isn't real. There's only here and now. Your internal bickering is cut short by the wet sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arms erupt twin blades, glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. The chain clatters to the floor.
So, does it... She's basically Deadpool from the Wolverine movie. You know, the really bad one where they sew his mouth shut. Yeah.
She's loose, and she is coming for you.
Or maybe Baraka, who knows?
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
You gotta work for it.
Shit. She's coming for us and I'm out of ideas.
Stab her. We're going to fight her again, and we're going to have to... Blah, 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 blah. We're going to fight her again, and we're going to have a stiff upper lip about it. She can't hurt us if we don't let ourselves feel it. Kind of like that one. Option 2. We're going to appeal to her authority. Buff her up a bit. There's no reason why we can't talk this out. We're going to unconditionally surrender. No. We're going to save right here. I'm going to check on both of those. Both of those. All three of them. Start with number 1.
Yes, yes, this is the best idea anyone has ever had.
I love that voice.
Yeah, sure, why the hell not? Let's see if we can turn off the part of us that feels things.
Woo!
Pain is good, it's how we stay alive. Nah, I'm sick of pain. Yeah, this whole thing would be a lot more tolerable if it didn't hurt so much.
Do your worst. Bet you can't even hurt me.
Sure thing. I love a challenge. I bet I can hurt you so much.
The princess closes the distance and we dodge. And you dodge.
You dodge.
And we fight back.
And you fight back.
Oh, you're fast. But let's see how fast you really are.
You and the princess enter a quick and vicious exchange, each of you wounding the other, but neither landing a fatal blow. Yes, yes, this is exactly it. But the dance couldn't last forever. All it takes is a single clumsy moment. She skewers you.
Gotcha.
Why do I feel cheated there?
And? Does it hurt? No.
The voice of the cold. Which I actually think that's the voice you first get if you just kill her outright the first time you meet her. Just go in, listen to the narrator, kill her, be done with it. You get the voice of the cold, I believe.
Oh, a new one of us.
So let's see, there's hero, hunter, cheated, stubborn, now the cold. Narrator makes 6.
I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die? Your Honor? No, Your Honor. Where the hell are you?
I don't like that we died without us knowing it. This really, really blurs some lines that I prefer not to be blurred. Are we still dead? Are we alive again? How are we even supposed to know the difference?
If we didn't realize we were dead, then we made progress. Good job.
Job's
Stop
done.
saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not dead. This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here? This is 4. No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances.
Or you could say she doesn't advance, and we could keep talking. Because for some reason, the narrator progresses the story. Calm down.
Okay, whatever we do gets us another us. Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point where it makes us better than her. We don't need any other voices chattering about in here. It'll just confuse us. All we need is to keep fighting. Yeah, I'll pass on that. As long as we keep moving. Why not? It's not like dying again and again is doing us any harm. Let's see how far this little mind hole goes.
Shall we?
Come on, show me something new.
Alright. We're going to filter authority, buffer up a bit. We can do the other one. We can unconditionally surrender, which I'll probably just go and do its own save on that. Oh, that's easy. I'm going to go flirt with her. Maybe. She has swords for arms, and we don't. We're panicking. She wins by killing us, right? So let's beat her to it. So let's kill her out. And all of these ideas suck. Think of something better. Let's flirt with her. It doesn't work, and she kills you again and again and again and again. Your memory blurs as your consciousness leap from life to life to life, holding only snippets of the conflict that transpires.
Compliment her on those
Smitten.
There's nothing better than a capable woman. She skewers you.
Confident. Yeah. Stab him.
You're cute.
Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps.
It doesn't.
Then you skewer yourself.
Why'd I kill my...
I thought we both understood that dying doesn't get you anywhere.
Huh. That didn't do much of anything. We're tougher than I thought.
Contrarian. Okay.
What's the point?
The broken.
She skewers you.
Oh, don't give up on me just yet. You gotta keep going.
This branches so much. At some point, I'm just going to have to pick a line and go down all of it. Just... no saving, no going back.
It doesn't matter how many times this takes, we can't give up. Okay, let's go again.
One more time. With feeling. Paranoid.
Skewers you.
Again.
No, you don't get to escape. That's not how this works.
Every time she's just getting more and more swords.
See? We're getting better. Okay, yeah. That was a good one. Let's appeal to her better nature.
The opportunist.
Try that. I'm sure she'll listen to reason.
No.
Skewers you.
Again.
We're getting close to something. Can't you feel it? One, you're right. One last time. That's all we need.
Just one more.
None of this is working. Think.
The skeptic.
Skewers you.
Again.
And then everything goes dark. And you die.
Chapter 4. Mutually assured destruction.
Don't lose your head. We're in a cabin and we'll take it from here. Everything feels like it finally fits, doesn't it? We're up here, which is different, and different is good. And oh, what if? Throw it out the window. Over my dead body. That won't be very hard. We've died a lot. But I can't say I mind anymore. Besides, what better way to die so very many times than at the sharp hands of a beautiful woman?
Alright.
Sure, I can think of a better way to die. Yeah, they're all the same, really. How about we stop thinking about horrible ways to die? I don't want us to accidentally manifest anything.
I'll do whatever I please, thank you, Paranoid.
The only thing we're gonna manifest is finally ending up on top. There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? This isn't good. This is... Yeah, leave it to the pros. We'll notch up that win in no time.
Hold on. How about you stick to describing things and we'll stick to doing them? Okay.
Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter with our star-crossed lover. Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only... Fine, I'll just shut up
Jesus.
and speed this whole thing along.
Was it a hero? It's more of a slide, we know. Okay.
Are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs? or this room, or anything. It feels like I'm hardly a part of this. Don't care, just want to win. Fine, you make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together. But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that.
Glad I don't disappoint.
Ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it?
Yes.
I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it though. Just you wait, and not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now.
Woo!
You gonna say what she does? Do you want me to talk now? Well, yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing.
Come on, narrator, narrate.
Yeah, me too. I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you describe her new thing. Really? Okay then.
Here we go. Now.
The princess's skin twists, splitting into red blues of raw meat as it stretches and tears.
Alright.
Then it erupts. She becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls. All that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades. A heart beats furiously in its cage of a chest.
I mean, that makes it easy. That's, you know, a weak spot. That's good old boss design 101 right there. Big old glowing weakness.
Are you ready for what comes next?
Yes.
Holy shit!
Let me see.
She's gorgeous.
Absolutely divine.
Yes, behold the perfect woman.
Unyielding as steel.
Do you think we can throw her out the window?
Not unless you want to grab her and cut your hands off.
That looked painful.
Yeah, a little bit.
She's still alive.
Because she's a monster.
Heart's still beating, that's all she needs.
If it bleeds, it can die.
This is fake. This is all fake. That's all just made up. She doesn't even have a back anymore. How are we supposed to stab her in it?
You're not.
This is all just a sick joke. I hate existing.
Mood.
We're screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget it.
Screw you guys. I'm going home. Okay, it's just looping.
What just happened? It's so quiet.
I kicked them all out. You know, learning how to meditate does some things for a person. Goodbye.
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once.
Maybe. You do not act, yet through that inaction your body moves on its own. The princess strikes at you as you approach. But as her blow finishes its arc, you are already somewhere else.
You're incredible.
Your weapons clash again and again, you and her entering a rhythm free of thought and free of self. There's only the dance, the ebb and flow, the shifting of the tides back and forth between you. Deeper you fall into your play, the faster your heart pounds. the faster the momentum volleys between you. An endlessly building crescendo, and then an opening. Your blade strikes free of volition, and hers strike too. Got the achievement watered and steel. Ask yourself. Both strikes are lethal. Neither of you will survive. But neither of you fear what's to come. This is a good ending. You do not get to see each other die. Something has taken her away, and it's left something else in her place. Approach the mirror. You do so. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach towards the glass. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. You were at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Okay. What are you? The gift of a fragile vessel? Is this the end of the world? Let her out of there. Do you know the narrator? Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here? Do you know about the worlds beyond this place? Are you the princess? Do we know each other? What happens now? Attack the entity or destroy your body? I'm gonna go with number 4.
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I promise that it doesn't hurt.
What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
I don't know. Solitary lights? What do you mean? What do you think I am? I don't know what I am. I am a person. I don't know what I am.
think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
The gift of a fragile vessel.
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. This one is sharp and single-minded. She is cruelty, but she is also joy. She will make for an indomitable heart. Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be.
Is this the end of the world? If I can speak properly. Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Do you know about the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
But were you always the princess? Or are you making her part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Yes. This is not. Is this an Ouroboros? Is this an Ouroboros? Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you? How much will I forget? How many more pieces of you do I need to find? And what if I don't let you do this to me? I was sent here to slay the princess, to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do? Okay, make me forget. How much will I forget?
Everything, until we meet again.
Aren't you scared I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
What if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow. You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
I'm familiar with the law of conservation of matter. You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
Okay. There's only two choices left. Forget or wait. Let's wait.
If you need time, then I'll wait with you.
wait forever.
You are as I am now, and forever is a long time to remain undone. I am not you, but I know that I would return before forever was finished. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage. You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
What did... So I guess if you wait forever, it just closes the game. I'm glad I saved. See, now I'm curious what happens if you let it close out and you don't play it for a while, if there's different dialogue if you started it up again. Oh, I'll have to look that up on my own. Alright, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her.
Memories. Ah. Yeah. You broke me. You broke me. Chapter 1. The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cab. You're here to slay.
And now we're just back at the beginning of the game again. So there's one thing I want to try.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave?
Yep.
Do you even know where you're going?
Nope. Nope. I didn't even read the other options. My bad.
Continue down the path away from the cabin.
Y'all can pause and do it. Y'all can look up the VOD.
Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Turn around again. And leave again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies.
Forever. I don't care. I'm not killing a princess. Good. Maybe everyone should die. You're not emotionally blackmailing me into doing this. Quietly continue down the path.
Your silence is deafening. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Yeah. There's no finding this, is there? Oh yeah, I guess I'll start walking in a different direction. Again. In fact, I'm going to keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a place, or find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves.
Ooh, that music distortion.
But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin.
The cabin.
An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be. Wait, what's going on? You're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world.
A little
Doomed
bit.
us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death.
You don't know
You
that.
lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Hooray! Chapter 2, The Stranger.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Let's see, the razor, prison. Wait, hold on. Let's load.
She asks that you won't.
You're here.
I need to see the name of the title again.
Serious? Fine. Good. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know. That's strange. You're silent. But fine. Oh, would you look? There's always and here at first, but as you've doomed us all. You lose track of just how long you spend.
The Stranger, okay.
You're on a path.
Oh. No. Load. Okay. So, let's get back there. Let's see what number 2 and number 3 do.
We shouldn't. I agree. Talking is boring. We should just get back to fighting her. That's not helpful. We already tried that one, didn't we?
You were the one who asked for ideas.
Fine. Talk our way out of this. Maybe that's the answer.
What if we joined forces?
The princess stops for a moment, mulling over your deranged proposition.
Nah, not interested. And don't take it the wrong way. I think you're neat. but I'm having way too much fun to stop.
We should coil ourselves. She's about to pounce. Just get ready to fight back. Before you can finish another thought, the princess closes the distance and dodge now. Fails to hit you. Haha, yes.
Oh, you're a fast one. That's fun. But I think I can get even faster.
Now, hit her back. You dodge and parry and strike and are struck, her nicking your flesh and you nicking her skin to reveal shining metal below. But eventually you slip up. You lose the pattern, just for a moment. A blade flashes through the air, and she skewers you.
Alright, so you get killed quicker.
Ow. Wow, she is absolutely uncompromising, isn't she? I know it seems weird, but if anything, this makes me want her to like us even more. Oh, a new one of us.
Yeah.
I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die? You're on a... No, you're in a...
Where the... Don't like that we died without us knowing it.
Stop saying dead. This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here? This is 4. No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to...
I
Okay.
wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love...
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the... Okay. Whatever...
Gonna have to speed through this because it looks like this is
us.
what we've already seen.
How many we can stack. There's got to be a point we don't need any other... Yeah, I'll pass on that. As long as we keep moving. Flawless idea, if you ask me. Such a go-getter attitude.
Come on, show me something new.
I mean, let's try this. So, well, did I do this last time? No, I tried flirting with her and then I went sideways. Let's do this one so we don't have to go back and try it again.
What's the point? She skewers you. Well, there's more of us. And then you...
I thought...
Huh. Compliment. She skewers you.
You're-
Okay.
Okay.
Flee. She skewers you.
Ooh.
We're getting close. You're right. One last time. That's all we need.
Oh no, I got the hiccups.
None of this is working. Think. She skewers you. And then everything goes dark. And you die.
Okay, so this is all just lead to this.
All right, don't lose your head. We're in a cabin. That's dying. How does... Hey now, let's see how it goes. Throw your hands in the air and drop your blade.
You can't surrender. Don't you know it takes 2 to stop a fight?
I was too busy trying to skip through it.
Ah, shit. Before you can do anything else, she charges you and dodge. Okay, you dodge.
No, I thought you were surrendering.
And then she skewers you. Ow.
Alright.
That's weird. They can't even surrender right. Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happened. We're on it. I think we're dead. And that's all we'll ever be. Dead.
Dead.
Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not dead. This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here?
Enough.
This is 4. No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do next.
But I guess we don't have time to talk. Okay. Whatever we do, we don't need any other... Yeah, I'll... As long as we...
Alright, yeah, so after a certain point,
So it's going to get even more...
there's occasionally different dialogue lines, but I think it's all going to lead back to chapter 4.
Any kind of chance.
Come on, show me something new.
Let's go with this one. Did I try this one? Okay, just...
No, she's... Well, there's more than you...
I thought we both understood that dying doesn't get you anywhere.
Yep. Just takes us back to here. Alright. So we are done with the razor line. Let's go with the prisoner.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
I'm assuming it all leads to the same
That cabin is a princess.
chapter 4, but you never know.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I'm a terrible sense of deja vu. Wait, hasn't this already happened already? Oh, I like this one. Oh, you bastard. You're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks.
Tricks?
Yes.
What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for... Don't forget what he did to us the last time around.
The skeptic
I wouldn't
this
trust
time
a
around,
word
huh?
out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here. For us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying. I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Agreed.
You know I can hear you two, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at large? I told you about the stakes of this situation less than a minute ago.
Yeah. So, I'll
Those are
click it
two
again.
Very different questions, but let's say you died last time, which the absolute irony. Well, that's one way to put it, I guess. You really don't remember what happened last time, do you? You practically forced the princess to kill us. That doesn't sound like the sort of thing I'd do, which is honestly all the more reason for you to not buy into whatever self-delusions the three of you are crafting. But this is a thought experiment, so I suppose I'll continue to give you the benefit of the doubt. If I did practically force the princess to kill you, it was probably for a good reason. Did you try and free her? Did you say something really mean to me? Because if I really did what you said I did, you probably deserved it. I'm a professional, after all. Sure you are. Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last... What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that what a conveniently ambiguous group of things for her to ruin? For all we know, the princess left the cabin and never saw another soul. Oh, how I wish that were the case, but if the princess weren't a certain, inevitable threat to the world, the four of us wouldn't be here. And yet, here we are. You're talking in circles. No, I'm talking in facts.
Alright. I'm going to save it here. Put that there. And then I'm going to take a break for a little bit and walk around. So I took a moment to kind of take a look at everything and see what situation. There's about 20 chapters across the game. It's 1, 2, 3. Apparently the razor line was special had 4. And then once you do a certain 4 routes, you get the actual end of the game. So yeah, I may wind up following a guide just to see that, because as much as I enjoy this game, I don't really feel like puzzling everything out. So we may... I might just have to, you know, follow a guide so I can at least see everything. Yeah. Alrighty. But we'll continue down this line, and then I'll make a decision before my next stream what I want to do. Because, like I said, I'm enjoying this, but there's going to be more content, and I would like to play something different. I don't know what. Maybe Cult of the Lamb. We'll see. No, don't return.
Just be quick about it.
The only reason why she was even able to kill me last time was because I let her. So this leads to the dialogue of people.
She just can. Believe you haven't given us an ounce of proof. You do know that, right? What proof could you possibly ask for? Literally anything. Fine. Check your pockets.
Check my
Put
pockets.
your hands in your pockets and pull out an envelope with the words, "The Evidence," written across the front. Within, you find a note in your handwriting. It reads, "The princess will end the world if you don't stop her. This is an immutable truth."
Dun dun dun.
That doesn't prove anything. How do we know you didn't just forge our handwriting? I wish I could tell you more, but there are some rules I have to follow for all our sakes. Please just trust that these rules are in place for a reason. I'm on your side.
Okay, I will trust that. Okay then. Let's do it.
You mean you're on our side as long as we do what you tell us to? Exactly. Because you not doing what I tell you to do means you're putting the world at risk. I think we've got everything out of him we're gonna get. Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Alright, let's go kill a princess.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie. Yeah. Did you just say wink out loud?
Wink.
No, I didn't. Wink.
No, I didn't. Wink. Listen here, Dean Winchester.
Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Proceed to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement.
Let's take the blade, because every time I talk about the mirror, it disappears.
You take the blade from the table. It would be a good idea. Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone. You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to...
Oh, did I click on the mirror?
This isn't
I have the mirror.
You reach, and now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. The door to the basement.
Inner
creaks
basement.
open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us?
No, I mean, probably. No, in this game.
Stares and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap. So much for cutting her out of here. Do you hear yourself right now? Cutting her out of here never should have been on the table. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless. That was there last time too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
Well, I'm gonna follow the guide, so we'll see.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
Fair enough.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
I'll see what
You
we
do as
do.
she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
My intentions are my own. Oh, hold on. Did I mess up? I think I've already messed up. I think I should have sat closer to her. My intentions, what do you mean?
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why are you here? There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, so I'm afraid my only way out is surgical removal.
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck?
Or does she think she'd survive a beheading?
You're right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her.
Unless she really could survive.
Though I
Let's
suppose
find
she
out,
was
shall
just
we?
Here to kill me, but I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
I've been here before. Am I the only one who remembers that?
Oh, are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game, but yeah, I remember.
It's not a game. It's a time loop. And I don't appreciate it.
I guess what you said back in the woods really was true. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things.
It's complicated things how, exactly?
Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion.
Yeah, and then you have me set for eternity and eternal bliss, where nothing means anything but happiness.
The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency.
A contingency for what?
For you failing, obviously.
I didn't fail.
And you being him,
We killed each
things
other.
are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything
Right,
else.
I know.
I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck.
That was the last line. This is a different line. I think I died in this one.
Now hold on, if you knew this could happen, why didn't you believe us back in the woods? Why lay out all those hypotheticals? We didn't have to talk in circles.
I needed you to believe this was your first time here, even if that wasn't the truth. I hoped if I pushed back hard enough I could cram this seeping mess back into the bottle. And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative.
That's pathetic.
I never said I wasn't. I get it.
Rude.
It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that.
Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky. so don't waste that luck by messing it up again. All right?
Moving on. Why is it important for us
Jesus.
to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark?
The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you
Yo,
having
can I get to a
imperfect
choice again?
information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that.
I won't.
Fine, but you won't get another word from me on the matter.
Yeah, sure. We'll see about that.
Just give it a rest, this isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
What happened after I died the last time?
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them. And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows?
It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how.
How am I supposed to cut you out? If you didn't notice, your head's in a shackle.
No. Like I trust you to come any closer with that knife. All you're going to do is hand it to me and watch me work.
Fair enough.
But
I like it.
she would have to cut her head off, right? She can't be suggesting that.
She certainly seems confident. Maybe she knows something we don't.
Or
That is the
maybe
name
you should consider the most likely scenario. She's bluffing so she can disarm you.
of the game.
Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us.
Look, I just need her head, alright?
So, what should we do?
I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons.
Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you. That doesn't sound great. What about the pros?
The
There
pros.
are none.
No
The
pros.
pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. Whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
Maybe. That other chain on the wall. Who's it for?
I don't know, but you could always try it on.
Good. Not going to.
Maybe it'll fit.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
Inspect the
I
shackle.
wouldn't do that if I were you.
And why is that?
Do I even need to explain myself? It's a shackle, and it's one without a key. Do you want to be stuck here like she is?
And what? Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it?
I don't know. Maybe it will.
He doesn't want us to look at it. That's all the reason we need to investigate.
But what if he's telling the truth?
He isn't.
I am. Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall. The princess watches you with faux disinterest as you inspect it, though she can't fully hide her curiosity. I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next.
Go ahead. Say
What's
it.
that supposed to mean? It sounds... Yes.
Come out and say it then. You're just wasting time.
Let's hear it.
Fine. As you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd magnetism. Before you can so much as blink, it practically leaps from your hands, snapping around your neck. And, as if your situation weren't bad enough, the same magnetism repels your
Oh,
blade,
come on, really?
which is flung from your hand and sent skittering across the floor of the basement.
Excuse me?
Yes? Are we stuck here now?
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Huh, so it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we? That's funny.
Gee, come
What are we
on now,
supposed to do
really?
now?
I'm going to restart this and...
Can't even cut ourselves out. Guess we'll starve. That's horrible. It's not all bad. We learned a valuable piece of information. Not to touch things we're specifically told not to touch? No, that there's something special about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
So we're both stuck here. What should we do? Did you know this was going to happen? Wait in
You and
silence.
the princess wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for. But you're waiting for something. Waiting for anything.
Ideally, we're waiting for the sweet release of death, but I don't think that's going to happen
This is
anytime
so
soon.
Boring. There must be something we can do to get out of here. There must be something we're missing. But there isn't. Time passes. It passes and passes and passes. And the basement of the cabin remains much the same. It is cold and silent. At least the world is safe. It isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from both the princess and your blade to do much of anything.
I literally have the same... It's right next to her.
But she's not ending anything. She's just sitting there. Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it. How exactly does that work? It just does. But your line of questioning is interrupted by the passage of even more time. And after that, even more time passes again. And let me guess, the cabin remains
The same.
If time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work. I suppose you're correct. Things are changing. The differences are small at first, a bit of weathering here, a bit of erosion there. But then they get larger and larger.
Hey, have you noticed the basement is changing?
I don't like small talk.
That's rude.
A little bit. Continue to wait in silence.
You continue to wait in silence, and the cabin continues to change. The decay comes faster now. You can see earth through holes in the stonework, can watch lichen spread along the seams of the walls. That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What happened to starving? We should have died by now if the rocks around us are starting to erode.
Alright.
She hasn't starved. I guess she hasn't.
Even more time.
Even more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous walls of the basement. Until suddenly, there are no walls. And
And
I think
what?
he's gone.
No more narrator?
Would you
Ooh.
look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us.
What do you know?
So this is the outside world. It's cold.
It's cold, dangerous, lonely. I kind of like it. Hug me, mother. Okay. But you don't get the chance to respond. Something has taken her away, and has left something else in her stead.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why?
Approach the mirror.
Don't do this.
Mirror's never scared you before.
It feels, I don't know, final.
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
Well, we're gonna go forward. Yep, babies. You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final.
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something
The voices feel small, distant, as you approach. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach for it. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what it is. It's you. Despite everything, it's still you. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. You were at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Yeah, this looks all the same. We'll just hit what happens now.
Nothing as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives so that I may be whole.
Yeah, this looks like it's all the same.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark, and you die. Guarded vessel. Achievement.
You're on a path.
Load. Okay. I did not... Oh, did I just... Okay. Load.
You're on a path. You're here.
Proceed to the cabin.
A warning. She will Yeah. Did you... No, I didn't. Just ignore this clown and focus.
Alright. Back to what I was actually doing. Take the blade.
You take the blade.
Enter the basement.
The door to the basement. Her voice.
Sit with her.
You step towards the princess.
There's fine.
You do
What
as
she
she
told
asks.
you.
Thank you.
What would you have me do?
Let me borrow that knife. Don't worry, you'll get it back.
That's ominous, but she seems confident. Whatever it is she has planned, I think she knows what she's doing.
Oh, please. She's just putting on an act to disarm you. That much should be obvious.
No.
In case you need to.
Alright, so what we're doing now is we're going to give her the knife, and
wise to give away your only weapon.
then she's going to cut off our head, and then we'll ideally have a bit of a different ending.
Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us.
So, what should we do?
I don't know. Just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons.
We're going to give her the
Let me
knife.
help you. I'll start with the cons. That doesn't sound... There are none.
The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her.
Okay. You asked me about our intentions earlier. I've been here before. I'm the only one who remembers that. I'm gonna go with this one.
Slide it over.
No, absolutely not. I am not letting you hand your only weapon over to the world-ending princess.
Do you think this will work?
Interesting that you're only having us remain in place. It's almost like there are very real limits to your power. I don't know what you're talking about. The world ends if we fail, right? Her killing us might not be our only failure state, if you catch my meaning. I don't know where you're going with this. Could you explain? Yes, explain it.
Please do.
I'm insinuating that we could kill ourselves. Ruin this whole You wouldn't. I'm not afraid of dying.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
You got your point across. Fine. You slide the blade across the floor.
Cling, clang, cling, clang. Give me 1 second. Okay, yeah. There we go. Alrighty then.
The princess maintains unsettling eye contact as she reaches down to pick it up.
Thanks.
She pulls up her hair, smiling slightly as she raises the blade to her throat. What is she doing?
Exactly what I want her to do.
She doesn't say another word as she cuts into her own neck.
Let's see, what exactly part is this? It's a 2-hour mark, okay.
No.
Yes.
Her eyes stare forward, unblinking, as she saws through skin, veins, cartilage. At last she reaches bone, the blade grinding audibly against her vertebra as it continues to slice its way through her neck. I'll be damned. She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that?
Who knows?
Huh. So that's her play.
But I want her head.
She isn't dead yet. Finally, you hear a snap. Her eye twitches. There's an uneasy silence. She remains motionless for a long moment, her twitching eye the only movement in the room, until at last it stops in an unsettling half-wink.
Half wink, huh?
Her head twists slowly to the side, flopping to her shoulder, and her neck opens. The remaining tissue is not enough to hold the weight of her severed head. It stretches and tears until finally it falls to the floor, completely free. It bounces a few times before rolling to a stop at your feet.
Cool.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, what did we do? Can we put it back? Please tell me we can put it back.
No, we can't put it back. We're taking it with us. We're shoving it in the backpack.
Dead.
This is the second item in the game we can actually take with
Save
us.
the world. I hate this. Can we just get out of here now, please?
The answer is no.
Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward.
We should take her with us.
Which is our head.
What? No, you shouldn't do that. Why would you do that?
Because
I can think of lots
I
of
want to.
reasons. A trophy, proof of our victory. Hell, we could even give her a proper burial. She did save the world.
Like a true hero.
You don't need proof, you don't need a trophy, and she doesn't deserve a burial. Just leave.
That's rude. You gotta remember, narrator.
Even
This is a love
after that,
story.
You're still not satisfied, are you? Something is still motivating you to keep things the way you want them.
I'm just eager to put this all behind us and give you your reward. Stop reading into things, the danger has passed. You can relax.
I'm just keeping myself sharp. I'm not so eager to put my guard down.
I am. I'm on team, let's put this all behind us, so can we leave already?
Take it with me.
Ugh, fine. You pick up the princess's severed head, its neck stump still oozing bodily fluids. Then make your way back upstairs to the first floor of the cabin.
Did you see that? I could have sworn she moved.
Just a little bit.
She didn't. She's dead.
What is she
Or if
now?
She's not. Are you listening to yourself? Do I need to explain to you why decapitation is lethal? The door to your bountiful reward is right in front of you. All you have to do is open it.
All you have to do is yeet the head out the door. Leave the
Open
cabin
the cabin door,
and
ready to
claim your
return to a
reward.
world saved from certain doom. Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is... Wait, no, that's not right.
Haha, get fucked.
Well played.
This is the end of the world, isn't it? I
Little
always
bit.
thought I'd at least have time to explain myself before I had to watch it happen. It's already
Bye bye, narrator.
over. Is he gone?
But we're still here. Maybe it wasn't the end of the world after all. Maybe it was just the end of his.
Thanks for carrying me up here. I had to take it on faith that you would know what to do. I'm glad I was right to trust you.
Yeah.
So, this is the outside. Maybe it's just my lack of body, but it's colder than I expected.
You said that last time. That is still very disconcerted. Or that's not the word I'm looking for. It's light. But you don't get the chance to respond. Something has taken her away and left something else in its place.
She's gone. And is that a... I'm
I don't
begging
think
you.
this. Nope, we're doing it.
This...
You're right.
I've seen all this. Proceed to the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the
Let's see, these are all the same. Let's go with this again.
nothing as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are. There is no exit. Bring me more.
Okay, maybe we
She
forget again.
asks that I tell you.
And we're back at chapter 1 again.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here.
Okay.
You make your way up. We're not going to ignore
Yep, we're gonna go back to the cabin.
the interior of the cabin. The blade.
Enter the basement without the blade.
The door to the basement. Her
Hello?
voice. Don't let it fool. Good. You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you walk down the stairs. She's beautiful. I am begging you to. You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge. No. You're doing the. They're large and heavy. Far too solid for you to even.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but is someone else here? You try the door. Your shouts and you're here to. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. Easier for everyone. Look at them.
I heard the door slam.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth.
Okay,
Her teeth
this is different.
staring through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you. The clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Well, let's find out. All right. I didn't do a save before that, did I? Ugh. I can always go back and do another one. Okay. So.
Without hesitation, the wound drives her to the ground. Okay. There's no going back now. I'm with you to the...
You bastard. Were you lying to me this whole time?
The princess pushes away from you, the motion ripping the blade. Wounded, but still alive, she crouches on all fours in the corner of the room and meets your eyes with the ferocity of a cornered predator.
You've made a terrible enemy, and there's nothing in the world that can possibly save you from me.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us. It's an act. She's wounded and unarmed. There's nothing she can do to hurt you. I'm not so sure. Don't waver now. As you ready your blade to deliver a lethal blow, she lunges at your legs with the same animal ferocity she used to tear at her arm. Your knife cuts into her again and again as you're tackled to the ground, your body racked with pain as she rips into you with tooth and claw. Forget
It's
about
gone
trying to
feral.
rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got. Though your
Slay
knife
her
is
again.
seething with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage as well, your blade having left deep gashes in the princess's back. You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her
Okay.
off of you and shakily push yourself back to your knees. We can still turn this around.
Finish the job. Right? Is that what I'm supposed to do? Yeah, okay. So I decided to go ahead and follow a guide for this so I can
You
get
steel your resolve and to take
get to the
another
good
step
ending.
closer to the princess.
I want to see
You
it.
won't make it out of here alive, but you can still make sure that she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me? What's this about not making it out of here alive? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone in this room is still standing right now. Don't act. Can you not feel all those gashes and holes pulling you apart? If the princess doesn't do you in here, blood loss is certain to finish the job. You take another step forward, and the princess lunges towards you. The two of you enter one last exchange, a flurry of blade and claw and fleshy ribbons. And then you stop. Neither you nor princess able to go any further. You collapse on the ground, and the princess collapses beside you. Blood pools around you both, and you watch each other fade away.
After all this time alone, I thought I'd finally found a friend, but you were just another monster, weren't you?
Sorry.
Silence as the room starts to get fuzzy around you. You've paid a terrible price, but you've saved us all. It's over.
If you think this is it, you're sorely mistaken. One way or another, I'll make sure you pay for this.
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 2, The Witch.
You're on a path in the...
Okay, right there one more time. And I'm going to call it today. Oh, we got through a couple lines. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and follow a guide so I can get through everything. So, and I'm enjoying the game. I am. It's just the times I get to play it and how many branching lines there are. I would like to get through it and see it all. And if I do it just blindly, I'm not going to. That's all there is really to it, unfortunately. So, I appreciate everybody who's watched. If there's anybody in the chat, thank you for being here. Yeah, the VOD's going to go up on YouTube. I'm going to edit it, kind of shorten it down a little bit. Other than that, thank y'all. Good night. I'll see y'all again next time I decide to stream. Goodbye.